So we've had two big SBCs after Team of the Year. We have got a Player of the Month, Kylian Mbappe. So if you're looking for coins, check in the description for El Dorado. Depending on the coin amount that you're looking for, the delivery time is displayed on the website, and you'll see lots of different trusted sellers with reviews on specifics and also the ability to be able to pick who you want. It will also show how much they have in stock, and obviously you can see that they are verified members. There is 100% refund ability and also 24/7 support if you need any questions with your coin needs. Also, if you head over to Trustpilot as well, you can see over 30,000 upvotes for them. You can see how reliable they are. Obviously great feedback across the entire board with El Dorado. So when on checkout, make sure you are using the code JT11 for 5% off your order every time. Discount code JT11. Now let's get back to the video. That, to be honest, I'm pretty much going to steer clear of, because if we have a look at Fudbin, which is just incredible in itself, he has got himself 507 upvotes, but nearly 5,000 downvotes, and that is purely on the fact he has got the technical play, the Trickster Playstyle Plus. He's 3.6 million. Don't get me wrong, I get he's 93. From the base, it's a double upgrade across everything, and fair enough, like that is what it is. But just no, like genuinely, the quick step, fair enough. Obviously, that's a very meta one. They did change it to the rapid, then obviously got the quick step, and he got the rapid back in Team of the Year, but just give him the quick step. I get that not everybody's got the Team of the Year. The 94 is still very hard to get, but the fact that he's got that is just absolutely crazy. And the fact that he's 3.5 mil at that as well is just nuts in itself. We've finally got 90 rated SBCs. So if you didn't have fodder, you're most definitely not going to after him as well. He is there for 27 days. So we'll kind of go through how to complete him as well. But for me, I personally wouldn't bother. And then we have Georgie Best. So he's a 91. He's coming in at 16 SBCs. He is a very interesting card to say the least. Obviously, incisive, pass and technical. The 5-star, 4-star, bit of an upgrade. Obviously going to the 91 as well. Can play right wing, cam and left wing, which is always nice for a lot of positions. So he's going to be more of an interesting card that I'd say might be worth more of your fodder going forward. Again, we're going up to the 89s for him. 3 of them. We got 2 88s, 3 87s, 3 86s, 185, 184, 183, and a bronze and silver. So pretty standard across the board. Like anything with the icons, always do the loan, give it a test. At the absolute minimum, do that for yourself instead of putting it in. Mbappe will follow the exact same suit in terms of how to upgrade. The 90s are just going to have to be whatever you can gather together. We should have lower rated, so in fact we should have higher rated lower cards, if you get what I mean. So like if we go into future stars, I don't know if that's going to be the same, but we should have a lot more of kind of like the 89s and 90s that are coming in cheaper. It doesn't actually look like it here, so it's going to be very interesting to see what 90s you can do, because you've got to find realistically what if we get it absolutely bang on. You need 9 per squad, so we're going to need 27 90s at a minimum, unless then you get 91s, 92s. That isn't really that easy to do. Like, I haven't really done that many high rated squads, and I think we've got maybe an icon or two, but say we go gold, we've got De Bruyne, Kane, and that's it. So realistically, we're hoping on a lot of these players that I don't really want, like Garnacho. I could go Foudy, Coman could go in, Donnarumma could go in, any of obviously the honourable mentions here, Lookman if I really wanted to, and that's it. And I can tell you that ain't 27 90s, so that already is kind of putting a big red flag for me for Mbappe. So follow this method, but if you want to do Mbappe, then 90s realistically, you're going to have to either get very lucky in a gamble SBC, or you're just going to have to give up something, to be honest. He's that expensive. Now, we've got a few upgrades still left. We have got the 82 combo upgrade available. We'll kind of go through the upgrades now and tell you which ones are worth it and which ones are not. It's going to be exactly gold, minimum 4 rare. So if we go gold, and if we go by club, let's just take it above 75, because then it should give me some rares, hopefully. There we go. So we got some rares. So we got 3 in there. So this will be what the combo is for this upgrade, you can keep repeating it. It's going to be an 82-1, so it should just give you earn a pack containing 2 rare gold players, 77 or higher for both, and then one of them is guaranteed to be 82 and above. We do then have 3 times a day, maybe it is repeatable, but an 84 times 5, and then we've got just our league upgrade. So a very boring grind compared to what we've just had. The Team of the Year grind was probably one of the better ones we've had. It's been very difficult to still get a Team of the Year, but it's still been more enjoyable than previous years of having to do constant Premium League upgrades. So the 82 is going to give us a board at a minimum. So maybe not even a board. 2 84s. I mean, that's not terrible for 8 golds. If you could get that every time, I mean, you're not really crying about that one, to be fair. So in terms of grinding this out, it's going to be a little bit different to what we did with Team of the Year, because realistically we're now back to your standard upgrades. Finish off in whatever Team of the Year crafting upgrades you've got, and obviously we've got the 82 combo. We have got Monday more upgrades coming, more than likely a player pick, but I would suggest the 82 combo is your best chance at the moment to be able to do anything. So 84 times 5 is going to be a byproduct of that, because obviously with a lot of these SBCs, you are going to eventually go above the mean. So if we do Mbappe's first 3 squads, we then need 86s and 87s. Same with Georgie Best. You do the 83, 4, 5 and 6, you're then on to just 87, 88 and 89s. So anything lower than that, for instance 84s, can go into these upgrades. And more than likely, because we've had the 82 times 20 grind, we might see something like that again. We might end up with 10 83 times 15s or 10 84 times 5s at some point. So it's going to be what gives you that little bit extra fodder. So completing these daily is going to be very important. So you've got to get that flow of fodder, flow of golds back into your club. So the first one we're going to do is going to be gold. It's not actually going to be a walkout. I can imagine the wait is going to be horrendous at the moment. We get 84 and 85s. We'll go and finish off the rest of them. So we've only got 2 more. And then we'll come back and discuss how do you get the golds in your club. So they're both done. So let's have a look and see what we can get. Hopefully some upgrades that are semi-decent at the minimum. Maybe even a cheeky future star if we could. Which we're not going to on the first one. But we finally get the walkout. Now this is where we could hopefully add to our level. Centre Mid La Liga, is that Pedri 86 I want to say? It's got to be. So these are what are hopefully going to add to our bigger SBCs, getting these 86s, getting them 87s and 88s to be able to go into the higher SBCs from stuff that we've already got before. Like walkout informs are always going to be nice, always going to be needed as well. We've got, is that Grimaldo? Of course it is. It's just come out of Team of the Year, and has he got an inform already? Oh no, oh, it's another Team of the Year, Team of the Week. I was going to say, it's, Gravado, beautiful, 86, so double 86 and an inform, which is always usable. Plus then we have got some extra fodder that can either go back round into these 84 times 5s, or obviously can be utilised somewhere else. We more than likely get a campaign pick at some point. We'll end up with other gamble SBCs on heroes and stuff that can give us potentially higher rated players that are 89 and above, because that's what we need. The higher the better for these kind of end SBCs. But in terms of getting your golds to kind of go a bit further, basically you've got a couple of options. You either buy packs, which is the easiest and standardest most way. That just is what it is. That is the easiest and quickest way. I would still, even if I'm buying packs, do your daily golds. You've got it 4 times a day, every single day for the next 10. More than likely it comes back and either does it for another 4, or we could potentially do it for 5. It's great for extra fodder straight off the bat. Every single day, 40 commons, 4 rares. All you've got to do then for the combo picks is just find a couple of rares here, there and everywhere. Maybe in another combo pick, you might not get the same upgrade that you wanted. You don't get 283s every time. That's going to be perfect then to be able to put into itself again. Obviously, if you get an 82, that realistically goes straight back in anyway. But if you don't get anything that is well worth investing in or leaving into your club, then you just put it back into itself. So the commons basically feed themselves, because you're only giving up 4. If you're getting 40 every single day, as long as you're getting a few of the rares, all you've got to do is put them back in, and you got 10 upgrades every day for just bronze and silvers. It's very little, don't get me wrong, but it does add up nicely, and it saves a little bit of fodder here, there and everywhere. Then obviously when we look at it, you've got a few more upgrades that you can do. You can obviously do or go back to, for instance, 84, 83. I mean, it's not doing terrible. You can go back to doing League SBCs if you really wanted to. It is a bit of now a kind of a fallout. So whether you really want to grind this game massively at this point is a question, to be honest, because we have just had the mighty grind after Team of the Year. Unless you've got a couple of them and you're ecstatic, then yes, you want to play the game a bit more. If you didn't, then it is a slog, I'm not going to lie. But the premium mixed is always going to be there, following the same pattern as always. Plenty of La Liga, Ligue 1 players, Eredivisie to finish it off with a bronze. Split in the Bundesliga Serie A 50-50 or 60-40, wherever you go. Same with the Prem. And then obviously with the Libertadores and Sud, with it being 2 players from each team, makes it so much easier to do. So it is just constantly going around, selling your tradable packs, keeping your untradeable. Any duplicates that don't go back into the Premium League upgrade will obviously go now into the 82 combo, which actually is pretty good now, only being 8 cards, and it does give you 2 cards that seem to be semi-decent value, not terrible value. Now, obviously there is the provision packs you can buy. They're going to give you commons and rares if you really wanted to go down that route. It's not a bad route, to be honest. I think it's relatively nice because you do get a nice hit of kind of rares and commons without actually having to buy them, and that's where the exchange normally came in. Apparently the exchange isn't looking likely at this point, and we didn't get it during Team of the Year. Whether that's because we got the 82 times 20 and it would have been far too easy to grind out then, but it is something that could come in the future still, hopefully, but we will see how this goes. So the third one of these is going to be somebody. There we go, 70, even then, 73, 83, you're getting the fodder to put into other upgrades that will come. So it is a decent way of doing the upgrades, and you've just got to keep going round and round. And it is that boring cycle, and you've obviously got objectives to do as well. We have got Evos that you can do now twice. Obviously, what I'm talking about with the provision is these. Going with these, you can buy them 8 times, I think most days, but they are just a nice little hit of extra rares and commons if you want to put them into the combo upgrade as well without having to grind out anything else. But that's really the ways that you do it. Any extra fodder then goes into best or Mbappe. I personally would leave Mbappe alone, and I'd possibly look at best, but I'd also look at some of the players that are going to come over the course of this Future Stars. So hopefully we do get some good people. But let me know if you are going to grind any of them. Are they on your radar, or are you just going to put it into 88 icon picks? Let me know down below. Peace.